Just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, is an abandoned cemetery called the Thomasville Cemetery. And it is not a big cemetery, but what makes it really unique is there is an artist here in Atlanta, and I do not know his name, that has lent his artistic skills to the restoration project, so aptly called Restoration Land. Let me show you Thomasville Cemetery.
Wherever I come, bad luck is coming my way. Wherever I go, hard luck is there to stay. Good luck never stays a day. A bad luck's always coming my way.
Like I said, the cemetery itself is not very big, and whenever I walked through it when I first got here, all I could find were a few tombstones that were still standing and a couple what looked like graves that were actually dug up, possibly moved, or maybe they were just holes indented in the ground. But all that is really standing that you can really see here is this building. It says the Thomasville Cemetery Restoration Project, and the locals are trying to make this cemetery beautiful again. And what really caught my eye to all of this is the artist's rendition of a cemetery. What we can't make right, we can make better. Yes, this is an abandoned building on an abandoned cemetery. And typically, I'd be all about going inside a building like this to explore, but this is a well-known area for homeless people, for camping out. So who knows, this might be somebody's home in there. I do not want to disturb them, as well as the structure itself does not look very sound, but it is beautiful itself to take a look at. You know, aside from all the trash, it needs to be cleaned up. The Thomasville Cemetery itself is actually behind this building at a pretty busy intersection, and there's really not much to see back here. From what I read online, the remaining tombstones is pretty much all there is to see. I guess there was over 400 different burials here at one point, and they still might actually be here. The earliest one dates back to the mid 1800s, so who knows what type of markers they were using to mark their dead, to mark their final resting place of their loved ones. But there are still a few that are still standing that you can visit. Now, what I said earlier about holes in the ground, it's kind of like this one here. It looks like it's big enough for a body. So I don't know. There's even more body-shaped indentations over on that side, but I highly doubt that somebody came over here and dug up the graves. So I'm guessing that because the cemetery grounds are so old, here's more. It's just indentations of what is there, or possibly what was once there. Now, even though there is a shell of a payphone here saying, "Hello, call me," obviously there is no phone. But if you would like to get a hold of the Thomasville Cemetery Restoration Project, right there, that's the word you want to look for. On Facebook, they do have a Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook. Now, the Grim Life Collective is not affiliated with them in any way. So when I say us, I'm just reading their sign. But Thomasville Cemetery Restoration Project, I don't know, maybe they will accept some sort of funding to help clean everything up. Or maybe whenever they have their different events, you can come out here. Here comes a big truck. Big truck. But maybe they have their events where you can come out here if you're in the Atlanta area and want to help out when next time they have an event. And I'm guessing they will, since the spring and the summer is coming up quick. There's a lot of trash here that need to be cleaned up. Welcome to Restoration Land. Come see the cemetery and respect the past. So you can make a difference, and I'm sure whenever we will keep an eye on their Facebook page, and whenever they do have some sort of event to clean up out here, I'm sure Amy and I will be out here helping out, because we do love cemeteries just as much as we love abandoned buildings. Here, there's two of them. There's a cemetery and an abandoned building. It's like heaven.
They call me a calamity man, but I'm trying as hard as I can to keep the bad luck away from me. I'm doomed to win the night, filled with misery.